Good morning, students. Today here we have another points for irrigation, right? So last class we have already discussed about the agriculture in practice. Especially number one, the step number one is preparation of soil, right? So I have already mentions and lectures about the preparation of soil in detail, right? So the preparation of soil is the most and first step for the cultivation of crop. Once a farmer wants to be plant a crops, he should be done first preparation of soil, right? So next is we have already discussed about the sowing of seed, right? In this sowing of seed, we have already discussed two important methods for the sowing of seed. The first one is traditional methods of sowing of seeds. Then uh, another one is what, drip system, right? So today, so before coming to the lectures, I would like to announce something important about your schools, right? So I thought you have already received the announce, I mean the notice from the schools. That is, our schools will be reopened coming Wednesday, right? That's 16th March, right? So these sessions, and then our sections will be start on Wednesday, right? So you have to be understands how many students will be present on Monday and how many students will be again present in the next Tuesday, right? Okay, and haibadi san haibadi kaino noi school yam thuna kara ni atone date 16 dagi natra aduna date 16 dagi ko school ka ni du school ka matam da khona khanga duise kram kram ba satra ka roll number kya dina kya phobuna Monday dano roll number kya dina kya phobuna Tuesday dano haibada sing do sana su da thab lai kre ko lai khanga mani khali angang sa na khoina sar ge YouTube ta noina comment amani fangi sarna English to translate to bi hoina ko adu sumi yai taubi yai adubu nakhoi se sahi ani hena corona gi awaba maithena dana laiban ne rane aduna nakhoi da su sargoina English da dom tau tar di noi khra ma gyan ta ba khra yauni gyan ta ba ngam da ba khra yauni khan ba gi sarna manipuri da explain to bani ko adu foreign nakhoi na du ba hai bam lai ra bani na sarna nakhoi gi lecture se manipuri plus English yanaraga explain toroke bab ta dre so here I have already written on the whiteboard. Today point is irrigations. In Manipuri, irrigation means ithailokong, right? So in English, the definition is what? Supply water to the crops at regular intervals, right? Haibadi labukta in the field, labukta kedore we had supply water to budo. Ade supply water ising piba ising sai budo bude kone kai ko ba irrigation go. Why do we need to supply water to the crops? This is one of the most important question, right? Why do we need to supply water to the crops? Because we have we have plants, the crops to grow up and to mature the fruit, and we have to be consume that fruit, right? So we all need food to survive in this world. So we need to understand, and we need to know the methods and the steps about the growing of or cultivation of crops. Haibadi hanabdi kaino tadi akoi mi besi hingdaba yade hingeba tadi sadaba yadi sage haiba taragadi kedo da ikoi saba yanabri na thariba mahi morong se kramain do na kram steps anga kan da ikoi hariba mahi morong singje fruitful loiba mapung mari phaba adu makhalgi mahi morong ohengadi se akoi na khangba darka ta yamni. So this irrigation is also one of the most important methods and steps to handled by the farmers. Habadi hariba my step preparation of soil, sowing of seed, adding manure to the crops. Haibna sing tarolaba ki makada akuna hariba irrigation haiba siju one of the most important. Why? This water is needed by the plants to manufacture their own food, right? So the manufacture of one food, we have already known that photosynthesis. Photosynthesis means green plants make their own food by using water, carbon dioxide, sunlight, right? All these are the raw materials for the plants to manufacture their own food. This method is what we call it, huh? Photosynthesis, right? So here I have written here germination of seeds. Why do we need to what? Why do we need irrigations? Because water is absorbed by roots, isn't it? Water is absorbed by the roots. Plants' roots are going to absorb the water from the roots, right? From the roots. So why do these plants' roots absorb their waters for the germination of seed, right? For the germination of seed. Haibadi akoina langraba mahi morong akoina thagraba hawai chengwai singse makoi se germination to ba mayon chonglang bidamak kai daga taiba needed waters. Understand? Ising daga taiba pa. Nutrients absorbed in waters are transported. So not only waters are absorbed by the roots, so along with the waters, many nutrients, minerals, nitrogens, many nutrients are absorbed by the plants through with these waters to all part of the plants, right? Supply waters to crops at regular intervals is what we call it irrigations. What is irrigations? One question will be maybe arises here to this with these sentences. Okay, supply water to crops at regular interval. All right, what we call it irrigation. Irrigation means supply water to crops at regular intervals. You got it. Haibadi labukta, fieldda, leibak lehaуда, ising saiba, ising supply toba, adubune kuene kaikoba irrigation has. You got it. In summer, the frequency of watering is higher. So there we should have one idea and what we should be understand about the irrigation of waters. Habida akoina ising saiba matamdasu akoi khangadabani. Isingje how much waters are needed by the plants. Haiba karam pambi singsna ising yam dakatai karam pambi singsna ising yam dakata debse akoina khangadabani. Mostly in summer the frequencies of watering are higher than the winter. Why? In winters, the the temperatures is what quite low. In summer, the temperature is quite high. Ko, haibadi kaino winter gi matamdi temperature is somewhat low. Kalen thagi matamdana winter magi kana temperature is somewhat high ni. Temperature wanging kai kadawi magi vapor gi sang yam wangi. Yari ko temperature nemi kai magi vapor gi sang je yam nemi. Temperature wangagana magi vapor gi sang yam wangi. Temperature nemagana magi vapor gi sang yam nemi. Aduna marum bodana ningtham thagi matamdi kadoba ising sai bagi sang se sijiga kalen thagi matamda kuna sai bi sing sang se khenai he karam bana he frequency wangane ba in summer. Kayino magi humidity wang bagi. Ko humidity abdi keno nungsida yaw ba ising maningi sang habani ko. Adumai doduna ising akoina pambi mada ising chaining hayuna su once crop amda akoina ising chai hada su kuna magi crop tunan draka oiba ising digi chang du digi hena akoina sai ba tagradi akoina ising na maram markanda sai gi pambi do may be killed by the water ising na maram kana pambi do CBI yariko aduna akoina ising chai matam du chai matam su we have to have the ideas how much waters are needed by the particular plants. Understand? Okay. Next, we will discuss about the sources of water, irrigations. Sources of irrigation, right? Sources of irrigation is very easy. Maybe from wells, right? Sources of kara, sources of irrigation, sources of irrigations. Maybe from wells, cannons, dams, right? Maybe from lake, maybe from poles, maybe from rivers, many others. These are the sources of irrigation. You got it? Okay, irrigations, right. In irrigation, we can find through your books many many methods are there in the books. Page number uh, page number 8. In the page number 8, you can find many pictures about the irrigation of crops, right? So at first we have to discuss about the traditional method of irrigation. Traditional methods of irrigation. Traditional methods of irrigation, right? In the traditional method of irrigation, you will find in your books. The first is what? Mort. The first is what? Mort. And the second one is what? Pump, chain pump. Chain pump. And the third one is what? Directly. Directly. Third one is what? Directly. And fourth one is what? Rahat. Right. This mode is pulley system. Pulley system. So I'm not going to explain all these traditional methods of irrigations. It is done by the earlier and ancient times in the earlier methods. But these earlier methods nowadays we are not used. Habadi masigi system singse mode hariba pulley systems, pump, chain pump, torokanda, and directly rahat haiba singse. You can find the pictures in your books in the page number 8. So all these methods are done in the earlier, right? But this method is not used nowadays. Nowadays we have used sprinkler systems and drip system. You got it? So these systems through these systems many waters are lost. Habdi kano sigi system sings na aler yam nga legi matam toromba sigi system sings na kado yam matam da kuna well dagi garo dagi koigi well dagi well adi koi goha kai gadi sing singkalani batin toro singkalani aduga leibak ta labuk ta haidok pe warini haidok barina yobungamba. Some areas will be covered by that particular waters, but some area will lap not reach the waters. Wow, are not able to reach the waters. Ising na yobungam daba jaga kra yobungam ba jaga kra span laigane duna. This method is not sufficient for the cultivation of crop, for the irrigation. Wow. Now, sigi method sing JCD sing kuda jolong haido ani haido kana ma tahala kana magi drainage to tahala kan ising thada bi wani ko. Ado masi system je am na lei matam sinaba system ni but not sufficient, right? Ado mara barkanda we will discuss the modern methods of irrigations. What? Modern method of irrigations. Modern method of what? Irrigations. At first, we will discuss about a sprinkler system. Sprinkler system. Okay, let us know about this sprinkler system. Sprinkler systems da koi na kamai na nan na ba ya hai matam da perpendicular oiba koi na da magi chup koi mai taron thagana chup komboi be wa ma be film da ke ga urangani kali amai yungani hai ba si yungbas da mara koi pipe sis ba tinga ka ni pipe se pipe se perpendicular man tinga ni ko pipe tinga ni si pipe se ko nozzle lai ko nozzle di machine do ko na ko gari cham ba gi da to gari cham ba kam ko machine makum ko gi ko gi yengang shit ba gi da ba ma to le ko do man to ka na tham du ni tham ka na through the asi pipe tinga ka do ni pipe tinga ka sa perpendicular tham du ni ko bata bra tham du do ni this nozzle will be rotated on tops will be rotated. Ising hai ikut on do matam da tulu jang ni ka ma ko tulu ko inji machine da ma jang ni hare machine tulu do ikut on do matam da masi ka da ising smana sigi through this pipe the water will come through this pipe and the nozzle will sack regular intervals. Asi sigi nozzle je ka do ra high du ni smana high du ni ko na ising kapi kai do high ga na ising sai khai du ni. It looks like running. Right, it looks like falling rails. Kuna nong ta ba dong na kuna ta ka ni sprinkler systems. Pada ra khani je. Adu ga sigi sprinkler system se kuna kamai to gi matam ising na yobung am ta ba jaga am te le ro. Sidadi lo sa khai ni. Adi ising darka oi ta ba jaga na su ising do sa ki sa khai gran. Yari ko. Adu na sigi this sprinkler system is very useful for lawns and coffee plantation. I have a sprinkler systems in the henna sufficient or riba. Am na daka or riba. Am furries na karam gramba pamising thaba the lawns sabam lay lawns saba and coffee. Lawns and coffee plantation. Adi sigi kari sprinkler system is very useful. Understand? Sanasi had ko. Pipe yam lai paponi pipe ma tingani pipe tingka si nozzle je koi machine koi jitum nobe ke aku koi gari cham bai ka to bu ko gari kap pai do gari wash car wash to ba motor bike wash to ba ko sinam do adu bu to mani adu ko sai gi aku once we started the machines right the nozzle will sack and again with the sacking the water will upright goes upright. Sprinkler system. So these sprinkler systems lose some amount of waters. Adu sigi sprinkler systems ikuina tobutarasu ising lone your way haibutarasu not sufficient for the crops. It's going to what lose some amount of water. Ising kramana bigi maram uhelle. Yariko. Understand? That's at the second point. Ani subada ko na si Ani subada ko na si kai matang hai tardi drip systems. Okay, what drip system? So let us discuss about these drip systems, how these drip systems are going to be done in the crops. Yang asi masih drip systems kuna plantation of crop ki mai irrigation do that ko kama kama sin lagi je. Sebenarnya taroni sida pambi lai rekhala si suppose si pambi rekhala si pambi rekhala si pambi rekhala si ka pambi rekhala si pambi rekhala si. Hari basi da pipe tinggal ka to ini. Ka there will be one sources for the waters. Irrigation ki by sources of the lady ko. Ansa. Si ku ising pipe ne khalasi. Singi pipe si by plants ki jaga root mana sda. Pambi ki makong sda pipe se hon by da. Ko. Pambi ki makong maya sda ke ba. Sai gi pipe se ho ba khaga thamba. Yarba. Yarni ko. Alna sidagi water to spend la ka na gadone sida water spend la ni la ka swai ka tahorni right. This system is what we call it drip system. Understand? Masigi systems ko ni ke ba drip systems ko. So This system is mostly useful for gardening. Understand? For gardening and what fruits for the watering of fruits and watering and trees. We was also thaba pambi tharakugumba OBI, the flowers thaba OBI, the fruits mahimoro mam thaba OBI, muigumba drip systems the most important and useful way. Yari ko angsa. Irrigation. What is irrigation? Supply water to the crops at regular intervals. What do we call it? Irrigations. There were many methods are there. What traditional method of irrigations, and next is what modern method of irrigation. Nowadays we use this modern method of irrigation, right? So what are the types? Is sprinkler systems, and the next one is drip system. The drip systems, some advantages are there. When we do this, we do these drip systems. There were no loss of waters. Water will be saved, right? Time will be saved. Understand? Sigi drip system tawbusle ko kai kana level da ising save tawmi ha. Hena sai sprinkler system dona ising sa khai da ising do magi pambi entra ka oiba changdi hena sai jine ba. Nang leibak so na bagi. Ko adu ising do mahi mrong leidaba jaga da su pam tasin do ni adu ising mang bi sang yam wangi ba ko. Sigi drip system le ke do re ising mang da ba da ki ko da kan bangam mi ha ba ko. For today class, the last point is what? Protection from weeds, right? This also one of the most important things will be done by the farmers, right? In order to get high yielding crops and most fruitful crops. If the farmer wants to be fruitful crops or high yielding crops, the farmer will do these methods. Right. So I have already discussed and explained about this wheat. What is wheat? Wheat means undesirable. Wheat means what? Wheat means undesirable plants. Wheat means what? Undesirable plants which are mixes with the wanted crops. Habadi which subject can the aquina pamba pambising, maybe paddy crops, maybe wheat crops. Aquina pamba pambi wheat or bi paddy or bi muy murkta. Howlpa could mumming matakundava, which are unknown plants. Mumming matakundava, pambising the bunakuna wheat says. Right. So we need to remove these wheats in order not to compete the nutrients with the crops and with the water crops. Habri kaino tadi akoina pamiba mahi marong duga akoina pam diba mahi marong se lakthopa darka tai hadi akoina pam thariba mahi marong maktagi kedoba bridge lakthopa tai mabde kaino tadi mahai ba pambi singjina chaba phangadaba lawudaba ngasai gi nutrients do moini do compete tor kan yena gi dune adu yenaba tardi ai ju puk than thalauda ma ju puk thalauda ma ju puk thalauda adu gumbagi inconvenience am laikadani ba adana mani ko laitara bi damak sai gi akoida pami pabi du khotana chaja bata tardi will be fruitful oigani ba ma puk thana sani ma puk thalta di will produce a fruitful crops, right? So we need to remove these weeds from the wanted crops. So removing of weeds from the crops, right? What? Removal of weeds from the crops is called weeding. Understand? Removing of weeds from the crops is what we call it weeding. Weeding is nothing, it is the method to use by the farmer in order to remove the weeds from the crops. Understand? Habri keno mahi morong gi marakta hauriba pamdaba pambi lathokpagi method to buri ko na kai go ba thawung to buri process to buri ko ba weeding nice. Right? You know, why do we need to remove such weeds from the crops? Sanasu haire, nasai pambi na darka hoiba root dagi dagi lebak lehau dagi panggadaba koi nutrients mem ama ade sunlight ki oiba adagi atmospheric oiba haiba mem singse moi area du leiba magi nutrient mem singse moi yena ba darka oirakani sai which pambi singduga madu yena bodu namara morka na sanasu haire amasu puk thalago tardi sai farmer du na once story ba mana pami ba fruitful leba mahi mongdo phangda su ya ana farmer du na madu gi which remove it tota di will get all the nutrients by the particular crops what we planted kuna pami ba thana pana thari ba pami sing da ko phang mang bune ba ni ko so these methods is maybe used by manual koi khudna to by using khurpi khang bro khurpi khang bro khurpi ade khoina chai asam ma khoi mai gi wood na sabam le ni adu khoina subject when do khoina noina kari matam da drainage seng ba ba sinaba maya to bodu smain to bodu smain lei bodu ko mai khet pa yam lei dai na si bune khurpi sin ra to bi ai adu mamang ngai da yam ngai matam di mi singina chal chal ga pareng le pa kanda khoi makhut na haitare khutna na pijing do foi bagi process to wi adu khoina mai tro kari hai low peng ba kai hai nei ko so which are also controlled by weedicide not only done by manual by using this khurpi si khurpi sinra kanda khoina unwanted plants in jo khoi lathok pa plus we use a chemicals chemical fertilizer mu sine ba ko kai da mak khoina pam da ba pambi sin sine bi dam hatu na bi dam hai ba chemical fertilizer ko ki goi weedicide ko okay ba weedicide this weedicide is nothing it is a chemical substances which is used by the farmer in order to kill the unwanted plants in the crops right so how do these methods these weedicides are sprayed on the crops and crops ki mar to sa weedicides ba kamai to ge tadi spray to kan da khoina ka pe ba do urang mani khali ko spray ka pa gi do khoina hana corona gi matang da mhi matai lai tana ba na khoi ka pa ga to bu do mai khu ka pa be chlorine ka pa ammonium chloride ka pa dan ka pe ko this will done by using a spray kang ko spray sina kan ka pe ko so that's it about this protection of weeds so here we finish today class ngasi lagi ko ngasi quick classes lo sa lo si video siam sangre so any doubt want to be discussed later di sa dong nainarak pi ai ko na khogi question answer award pa makha gi chana thadarakani aduna question answer I tharak matam su no khogi papers in the each and every page of your notebook will write your class section row numbers and in the caption also you have to be write your class row number and sections okay until then have a nice day